So we've all heard of Chat GPT.
What is it?
Oh, come on, get out of here.
That's all everyone's talking about these
The
days.
world's ending. It's taking over.
AI is taking over the world.
They're going to get so smart that we're just toast.
Well,
iRobot
did you know that's
situation.
what they said about the tractor? When the tractor first got released, it was all like, oh, the tractor is going to end all the jobs, take over the world. It just created more
It's
jobs.
just called innovation. Yeah, you
It,
just
just,
gotta
it changes
adapt.
the job landscape, doesn't it?
So I want to get your guys' thoughts on this. So this particular article, it's titled "ChatGPT's anti-cheating technology could still let many students fool their teachers." So the whole premise of the article is ChatGPT comes out, right? It's an AI-based technology that scrapes the web and can really, based on how good you are at prompting it, write anything for you that you need. So we've all been in high school. Everyone listening to this and watching this has been in high school.
And we've tried college.
Yeah, we've all tried college.
We're all college dropouts.
Dropout.
Barely past high school.
If ChatGPT came out when you guys were in high school, what are the chances, 0 to 100, you would use it on every single one of your assignments?
100%.
I would not have done one assignment.
There's no way.
My viewpoints, it's like, just use your tools. You'd be dumb not to use it.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
in a way, you know
Right?
what I'm saying?
Even in like art class, because they have the AI art, you can literally do
Yeah,
anything you want.
yeah, right. If you did the AI art, your teacher would come and be like, "Hi, it's
savant."
me." Yeah, I mean, yeah.
They pulled out a piece of paper. Here, draw something on this real quick.
So I have no artistic ability, so that's something I would do, and the teacher would just laugh at me. There's no way it would pass. But
I would use ChatGPT for
Everything.
every
How many
assignment.
teachers
Everything.
do you
Can it
think
do
know
math?
about ChatGPT, though? I think it's pretty few.
I think
No way. I bet
nowadays,
everybody
I bet
knows about it.
everybody.
No.
no,
You don't
Well,
think?
my wife's sister who's in high school has no idea what AI is. So it's I feel like we know about it because we're in it. It's all we think about. But the majority of high schoolers don't even know what it is.
But you don't think the teacher, like in the faculty rooms, the teachers aren't talking about like, hey, just beware. Some students are starting to use ChatGPT. So if your papers are just like
I bet most
amazing,
people know what it is. I've at least heard of it.
Maybe heard of. I bet teachers, but a lot of high schoolers, unless they're into that like tech stuff.
Dude, if word travels fast, if you heard of a thing that could write your
Yeah.
entire
well,
article
as soon as
or
one student uses
Yeah.
it and gets an
Well,
A,
Yeah,
think
well,
of
did
that.
you hear our friend? He had a college essay, and this is before anyone really knew too much about it. And he just plugged his essay into it and said, "Make this better." Turned it in, and got an A.
yeah.
So it's just like,
Well, in
And
this
as soon
model,
as he gets an A, you know he's telling his friend and
How to
like
do
you
it.
said, word's gonna
Yeah.
spread.
and this model is even better because it's going to write it in whatever language or type of feeling you want. Like you could say, write me a 500 word article on the Civil War in fifth grader language, and it will
Yeah.
do that, right? It'll spit out whatever you want it to. So that's literally what this article is disputing: is teachers are having a fit over kids, quote unquote, cheating on their assignments. And so this is the question as I was reading this article, I was
I know where
thinking,
you're going with this.
yeah, is it the kid's fault? And or is it that the schooling system is so dang out of date that they're way behind and they got some
I
catching
think
up
it's
to
the
do?
school's fault. Because think about this analogy. The tractor, right? Because this was, for some reason, they keep bringing up the tractor, that Gary Vee guy. He brings up the tractor
The Gary Vee
analogy.
guy. The Gary Vanderchuck.
The Gary Vaynerchuk.
Vaynerchuk.
Vaynerchuk. So think about the tractor example. What if you were in school for farming? Tractor comes out, but you get mad at your students for using the tractor on their farm.
Yeah, you have to go do
You
it by
have
hand.
to do it by hand because that's the way we're taught. But tractor comes
Yeah.
out, you can't use the tractor.
It's cheating.
It's cheating.
Yeah,
So
for
it's like
real.
we have this amazing tool, AI, that just came out. Why would you not teach them how to use the tool instead of resist
like
against
that.
the tool?
I like that a lot. In my opinion, I feel like the school system. That's why I dropped out of college to begin with. Because I'm learning nothing. I'm like doing these assignments that my teachers think I don't know why, or there's no premise behind them, and I'm not getting further in my own life. So I ended up dropping out and
Yeah.
I dropped out
became an
too.
entrepreneur. It's the same story with all of you guys.
Yep.
But I just think, like the teachers, they should be teaching kids how to use these new technologies to excel faster in life, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, don't limit them because it's cheating on your essay that you want them to write, which is going to do nothing for that kid. Why do you need to write an essay? ChatGPT can write you an essay.
Yeah. When that's
It's like the calculator thing. Like,
Exactly.
why do I need to learn all? Yes, it's good to know like the basics so you understand how things work. But like, I'm not going to waste all my time and energy learning long division when I can just say, "Hey, calculator, what is this?"
Yep.
That's what Gary Vee said, right? Gary Vaynerchuk, however you want to say
Gary
it.
Vaynerchuk.
The Gary Vee
guy?
guy. No, but he literally had a short I watched the other day, and it just said, hey, why are they still having kids memorize, like, for example,
Honestly,
U.S.
it's wasted.
president? He can
That's
literally
a-
go, hey,
Hey,
Siri,
Siri.
what's
Oh my
the fifth
gosh.
president of the United States? Boom, there it is right in your hand. But we're spending all this time in school trying to get kids to memorize. And here, okay, so I'm going to go on a rant here.
Let's hear it.
So I hate school.
Amen.
Like,
Amen.
Like, I'm being for real. Like, I
Like what
hate
kind
it.
of school? Like all school?
It dep-
or after high school?
Well, for
or
me,
after
for,
elementary.
for me personally, I hate all school, and
Yeah.
here's why. What percentage of kids are visual learners?
I don't know.
I don't either, but like
I bet
I'm
it's
one of
high.
them.
I am too, right?
Well, I'm more of like a
I'm an
visual,
experience. I'm an
hands-on-
experienced learner. An
Yeah.
experienced learner. I have to experience something in order to really know it and feel it and understand it. Right?
So you can't listen to a
Yeah.
teacher.
What is school? You sit
It's a
in
lecture.
school from. I mean, how old do you start going to school? I mean, you're what, 5, 6
Yeah,
years
yeah.
old until you're
No,
18, 19.
3. My 3-year-old's in school.
Yeah, there you go.
Three.
So from 3 to 19, well, at least in 3 they like play games and just like recess time, right?
Yeah.
But for 15, 20 years, you're literally just being talked to. You don't get to
Yeah.
really experience
And
anything.
it's just memorize, take the test. The second you take that
It's
test,
gone.
you know you're forgetting everything,
Everything.
you just
Brain
studied.
dump it.
Brain dump. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
so you're not
What a joke.
learning. You're literally, you're already
You're
taking advantage of the
satisfying
system.
what they're trying to force you to do.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's so messed
like You
up.
brain dump. So you just wasted all that 12 years of memorizing stuff that you don't even remember what you memorized.
Yeah.
Well, check this out. So my wife went to sales school, right? 4 years of
What's
sales
school?
school. At
Like a
Weber
college
State
degree?
University, I think there's 2 or 3 colleges in the whole United States that actually has a sales degree, technical sales. You can go learn how to sell, right? So
Interesting.
she spent obviously 2 years of generals, right? And that's the reason we quit.
Yeah, we made
right?
it through our generals.
Well,
almost.
I remember I had a 3-hour class sitting there learning about volcanoes and earthquakes and how they form and why. And I'm sitting there thinking like, why do I care?
Unless I'm going into geology. Like,
Exactly.
I don't
I don't
even
need
know
to. All I need to know is an earthquake's happening and then run.
like where to run
Get out of
to.
the house.
Yeah.
Go into the
I don't need to
door
know, like,
frame.
everybody
you know?
run, there's igneous rock
Yeah.
falling down.
What kind of rock is that? I don't know. It's just
It'll turn into gluteus.
Well,
Yeah.
Look at all this sedimentary
right.
rock.
But so she spends 2 years trying to learn how to sell.
Well,
And-
not even 2 years, because 2 years.
Well,
okay,
2 years
so
of
after
generals and then 2 years of. But like, you should see the classes she was taking. Things like they're not even sales classes. She just wasted 2 years. And I said, babe, if you would have literally left school for 4 straight years and even gotten a job
Door
at a
to
used
door.
car dealership, anything,
Used car.
just sales, and you were to learn sales
in
from
the game.
get in the game, right?
Exactly.
That's why I honestly I can use hate. I hate school. I really
I'm
do.
on
I
the same
can
boat.
use that word.
The biggest waste of time
I do
on
too.
the planet.
I mean, general knowledge is great, but I think starting in junior high, you should start helping kids know what they want to do and start down that path of professionalism and really get them into trade schools and things that really benefit them.
And the only argument I could give myself for school is a person that has no idea what they want to do with their life. But even still, you get those people that don't know what they want to do with their lives. They graduate college and then they go take another couple years of school
Yeah.
because they don't know what else to
Exactly.
do. So they're just primed to be in school because they don't know what else to do with their life.
And they're sold on this dream. I don't know, where is this dream sold from? But you're sold on this dream that
The government, dude. I'm telling you.
No,
No, I'm
for
being
real.
for real. It's like
You
go to school,
school,
get the piece of
you're gonna
paper,
get a
go get a
job.
job. You'll make
once
80
you
grand.
graduate, all your problems
you're
are
set.
solved. You're done. Your life's on the
Yeah.
way. Do you know how many people we know that
That
have
are-
gone to school
yeah.
and are just lost in the sauce?
Yeah, they graduated, still don't have a job years later.
They're, okay, what should I do now? I'm gonna go get my master's. Maybe that'll help.
Well, and
no.
they think they love the subject they graduated in, and then they get into the actual. The problem with school too is especially in college, higher education, is let's say I love a certain subject and I'm going in that as a degree. I've never worked in that field. So learning of the field and working in that field is completely different. Like I
Yeah.
could love science, but then I go get a quote unquote job as a scientist that I might hate because I loved learning about science, but this
Yeah.
specific job is so monotonous and crap that I don't like it at all. I just spent 4 years getting a degree that I can't even use now because I don't love my job. Like
I can't.
Exactly.
I can. Well, to advocate a little bit for it, like one of our business partners and brothers, Cade.
Yeah.
Right. He's the only one of us that actually graduated. What was his degree?
the computer science
Information
or
system.
information
Information
system,
system.
yeah.
So he's like our tech guy. He builds out all of our websites, all our back end stuff.
DudeDeals.com, check it out.
DudeDeals.com. But he didn't learn any of that stuff in school, but at least he had somewhat of a foundation or
A
understanding of like,
foundation.
hey, this is my problem. How do I solve it? That's like the only thing he's gotten from school. But other than, because he's not using his degree at all for what he's doing for us.
No.
He's having to learn real time, hey, this is my problem. But that skill was probably developed in school, right? Like, this is my problem. How do I solve it? So he's really good. But he's
Yeah.
naturally, that's how he
But
is.
I would.
I'm just trying to
Yeah.
figure out a way to advocate.
The only
for
way to
school.
advocate it is doctors, lawyers,
Yeah,
where it's like
something you have. Yeah,
informational.
you have to
But
have
for example,
a degree.
in our company, if we're going to hire a marketer, if they go to school in marketing, it's almost a negative for me. If
I wouldn't
see that
hire
on their
them.
resume.
I'd rather 1 year of real world experience
I was
versus
like, hey,
a 4-year
show me a
degree.
business you started
Exactly,
and,
or
and grew and
show
scaled.
me how you've marketed. But if you come out of
Totally.
school, because the amount of people I've talked to that graduated
Oh
in
my god,
marketing,
we're gonna go on this rabbit hole. 'Cause I have another thing about that.
So I've talked to a few people that graduated from marketing. I'll throw a few terms at them.
Do you remember
or
the
just
one I
talk
told you
in
about?
general. Yeah, we've talked about a million. And they don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm like, this is basic stuff you need to do every day in business for marketing, and they have no idea what it is. They don't know how to do it. It's like, I would never hire someone like you out of college, because marketing changes every other
Well,
week.
and the thing
and
really
college
does.
is teaching
once
10
once
years
you have
ago.
your degree, they come out of school thinking they know everything.
Yeah, it's an entitlement that they have that
yeah.
degree.
So in our company, we're all like, we all have our little lanes, and my lane happens to be paid traffic. And so I've always, for the past 5 years, I've done paid
7
traffic.
years.
7 years. I've been full time for what, 3 years or something, entrepreneur,
Yeah.
like full time. And one of my buddies, he went to the marketing degree, and he spent all this time in marketing degree. And we're actually in school together. I dropped out. He finished his degree for 4 years. I don't know if he got a master's, but so he graduated, and he comes out of school. And at this point, I've already started, I don't know how many businesses or opportunities and stuff, applying marketing principles, direct response marketing. He gets out of school, comes to me immediately, and starts telling me, hey, you should be doing this and this and this. Like, I have my degree, you should be doing. And I'm like, dude, that's like, out of the 100 things you have to do to make a company work, you're talking about steps 1 and 2. I'm on step 90.
Yeah, and those steps 1 and 2
He
were
doesn't
like
even
5
know-
years ago.
Yeah.
And that's what he's learned in school, step 1 and 2. Step 3 to 100, he doesn't even know that exists. But you
Yeah.
don't know that unless you're just like
In the trenches.
diving
In
In the
trenches.
trenches. Well, are you done with your rant? Because
I'm done.
I'm about to piggyback on this rant.
It's
anymore.
school, baby.
So we went to that Funnel Hacking Live in Florida, a big business convention with a bunch of business leaders that talk about entrepreneurship and stuff. And remember that guy brought up the goal of the entrepreneurs are the only way the world's going to move forward, because technology is advancing at such a rate that governments and schools are falling behind
Can't
because
catch up.
they
They
take
can't keep
so
up.
long
Yeah.
to adopt technology, whereas entrepreneurs that are actually in the trenches,
It's
every new technology
instant.
that comes out, it's an instant new tool.
But you have to use it because you're trying to
Exactly.
figure a way to
And
get
it's
trying to
ahead.
competition. You're
survive.
trying to get ahead.
Yeah.
If you just like get comfortable with what you've been doing, you're gonna get destroyed. So
Yeah.
It's only going to get, because like the technology exponential growth curve, it's only going to get faster and faster,
Exactly.
changing paces. School's going to be so obsolete in the next, well, it already is now.
do you think
It's
school's
obs-
ever gonna adopt AI?
Do you think school's just going to
No,
stop?
I think so. I watched have you guys heard of Patrick Bet David?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorites. So he runs a YouTube channel, Valuetainment, right? He's a beast marketer and just a businessman. He started I think it was an insurance company and sold it to a guy for multiple 8 figures, just a massive company. But he's actually starting a school around entrepreneurship.
Really?
So is
Like online?
Jordan Peterson starting a school
Yeah,
on
his
how
own
to become
school.
a man.
Yeah, but seriously though,
beast.
so here's
We
where I
need
feel
that.
bad. So anyone listening or watching this that is, I would probably say what, 40 to 60 that's running a business trying to hire
No, even
work.
young-
I'm just saying
Oh, I
trying to
gotcha.
that have
30.
established businesses that are trying to hire work out of college. Like that's the other part of this. And I'm not not to talk politics or anything. I don't care. But like kids are coming out of college so entitled, thinking like
I have my degree.
I better get 6 figures coming out of college, or else I'm not even going to work for you. And it's like,
and it better be part time.
And their
I
work-
better have as
I
and
better
many
be able to
work
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 from
as
home,
I want.
and I
Work
better have
ethic's
a
not great.
I better have a cry room, right? I better have a place where I can.
I want
like,
a safe space, and I want a lot of them.
Yeah.
That
Unlimited
doesn't fit. That doesn't fit 99% of company cultures.
No.
But
It's
you
just
can't
like-
even afford that as a business owner. You can't afford that. Like, how is that even possible? But that's what they leave expecting.
That's what they're expecting because they're told like
Why
get
is-
this degree
Why
and
does
you're
that
good.
happen though? Like, why is that being indoctrinated to them
I
in
don't know,
school?
man.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's not
to
the
me.
real world though. I'll
I think
tell you
that's
that
just how
much.
it was way back when, and we've just accelerated at such a rate, but that's still their mindset. Still school mindset is how it was.
Well,
in the
back in the
50s
day,
plus.
that's because entrepreneurship back in the day
was rare.
really rare, and it was almost looked down on as like, oh, you're going to entrepreneurship was basically you have no job, right? You're out of work. I'm an entrepreneur, right?
How far back we talking?
I don't know how far back we're talking, but I know like back in the day, that's what you did.
wasn't
You
the
went to
thing to
school.
do.
You know, you went to school, you got a degree, and you went and were a mechanic. You went and were this or that or whatever you wanted to do with that degree. Nowadays, and I've actually listened to Gary Vee talk about this same thing, where a lot of business owners are complaining about kids and their entitlement, and he actually flipped it on the business
Yeah.
owner. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
And basically talked about like, are they entitled? Or do they just realize that they have options? They can be happier going to becoming an influencer and
Yep.
making 60 grand a year versus 100 grand a year working for you. Because I do agree with like Mark Cuban one time on Shark Tank. He mentioned like I'd rather make $80,000 a year for the rest of my life working for myself than $1 million working for someone else.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like,
I'm in the same boat.
me too.
Yeah.
I want to call my shots.
Yeah.
Like if I make it, it's my fault. If I don't make it, it's my fault. If I make it, it's on me too. But I also can go help my wife if she needs help. I can take the day off if I need the day off. I don't have to.
But
go
on the
somewhere.
on the other hand, you work harder than you will
Ever
ever
would,
work in your
yeah.
in your
Yeah.
life.
like 10, 11, 12-hour days, and your wife's like, take.
Like where you
And they
at?
better be effective days.
Yeah,
Like,
you
they
can't
better be productive
yeah,
and effective.
or else you're not moving
'Cause
forward.
it's
and
all on
yeah.
you. That's what's so cool about entrepreneurship. Not saying everyone should be an entrepreneur, but everybody should.
If you're cut
If you're
that
cut-
way.
yeah.
You got to be cut a certain way.
Yeah, but man, it's crazy.
So I don't even know how we diverged into
But
this
any,
tangent.
well, just to
but-
kind of close off this topic, right, is with a bunch of companies, OpenAI being one of them, which is the one that released ChatGPT. Yeah, I know.
That's the biggest
Biggest tangent. But they're actually making tools to where you can put the paper or the article or the essay into their platform, and it'll try to guess whether or not it was written by a student versus AI.
But how well is that going to work?
26% probability right now, because you
But
can
can
use.
you, as a teacher, can you be like, okay, it's 26% likely?
No,
So that's
no.
yes.
Because then at that point, all the
Isn't
kids will be like, "Heck with you, I'm
And,
out of
is
here."
it, and then another
Yeah.
AI just comes out that is
Bypasses
different than
it.
ChatGPT.
No,
so
but
that
the
it
problem
won't read
is
that
but
technology.
the reason it's only 26% is because
Accurate?
20% accuracy
Of
to be able to
calling
calling it
Somebody
use
chat wrote
ChatGPT.
this.
The problem because is you can literally tell it to use whatever language you want. So write it as a 5th grader, because their models are they look at it from like if they're in 3rd grade and it's 5th or 6th or 7th grade level,
Oh.
there's a good chance it wasn't written by them.
So now you can
Interesting.
tell the AI to write it at
Dumb
your
it
level.
down.
Dumb
Because
it
what you
down.
can do too is you can plug in your form of writing and
Can
say
you really?
mimic my type of writing.
Seriously?
You can do anything.
do anything.
It's nuts.
Just
AI
like write a paragraph and then like
Yeah,
write
you
it
can
like
copy
I
my
do.
style of writing.
Create
It
my
looks like-
same errors.
Exactly. You can do anything you want. It's insane.
This video is brought to you by Dude Deals. We created a software for guys to make sure you never have to pay full price for anything ever again in your life. It's a really cool software that sweeps the internet for deals and sales. Imagine if you never paid full price ever again in your life, how much money you would save. Go ahead, click the links down below, check it out. We're here to help dudes be dudes and helping dudes save money. Click the link down below, check it out.